Hey there, Fearless Agent Nation. Colton, Lindsay here coming to you live inside of the Fearless Agent Facebook group. And I'm really excited to talk about some really important topics today because here's what I've seen happen in my own business, my own life, and I'm seeing it a lot happen to real estate agents across the country and even some fearless agents who have not yet committed to the second most important part of the real estate business, and that is to master the schedule. Okay, so I'm going to share with you today how you can actually set up your day and align your priorities such that you can rock and roll and become effective and efficient every minute of your single day. So what I'm seeing is this challenge, and while you're hopping in, post where you're from, whether it's in the United States, Canada, or somewhere else. Post below where you're from, and I want you to ask yourself this question: do you ever feel like you might be off task, or maybe just reactive, or maybe just always behind? And further with that, do you ever feel like you know you got to prospect, you know you got to generate new customers, however there's so much shit in your life that for whatever reason you're not doing that, you're putting that on the back burner, and at the end of the day you're going to bed feeling a little guilty because you didn't get your prospecting done? If that's you, I want you to share some reactions, post below, so I know that I'm not just making this shit up in my head. I have been in this business 12 years, and I still catch myself falling into reactive mode sometimes. Hey Kevin, thanks for popping on, man. I still find myself falling into reactive mode sometimes. And let me tell you what I feel in that situation. I feel a little overwhelmed, feel a little anxious, maybe a little starting to doubt my systems, doubt my ability, doubt my business, and I feel like I'm trying to run so fast just to keep up. I'm trying to pick up everything that I'm dropping shit as I run forward, right? Yeah. Whenever I feel that way, it means I'm not doing a couple of things. It means, number one, is I just need to stop, drop everything, back up, and get a bird's eye view of everything that's going on. Okay, so unfortunately, we have been taught lies, not in just the real estate industry, but in life industry, that it's all about schedule, or about prioritizing your schedule, which do not focus on prioritizing your schedule. That is a lie. Okay, I'm going to share with you the most important thing. Okay, we know that there's three really focused things to grow a real estate sales business. Number one is your skill set. Number two is your schedule, and that's what we're going to talk about. And number three is your systems. Okay, so on your schedule, I'm going to write this down. Okay, schedule your priorities. Okay, schedule your priorities. In order to do that, though, we must know what our priorities are. Okay, we must be very clear on what our priorities are. One of the things that I do, and I don't think you're gonna, let me see if I can fix this real quick. I don't know that I can actually do this, but let me just try. Oh, yep, flipped it. Cool. I didn't think I can do that during the live stream. So, because this, I don't want to show this up. I don't want to show this backwards. Okay. I'm getting better at technology. As you can see, here is a list of my priorities every single day, and I rank them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, clear down to 9. Okay? So what we have to be able to do is first identify our priorities. When do we identify our priorities? It's two different times during the week. Number one is your smart week. 2-hour time block. I do mine on Thursdays from 4 to about 6 p.m. You can do it whenever you want. That's when I do mine. Okay. The second time we're working on this is our smart day. Okay, I look at that twice a day. Number one is about 5 p.m. every day for 20 minutes is where I'm reviewing this. I'm reviewing my priorities for the day, and also, if you can see right here, I'm reviewing my priorities for the week. Mine is simple: daily personal live stream. Right, that's my commitment, my part to the team for this next 7 days is to do a live stream, not like these Fearless Agent, but on my own personal channel that brands the WGR Real Estate Sales Team. Okay, so every day during my smart day, I'm revisiting my priorities, and I'm reallocating my priorities for the next day. Okay, so I'm writing those down. Cool. And then I'm scheduling those from first to last, and I start at 8 a.m. with that very first most important priority of the day. And for us, we know as salespeople we have one major priority, and if you're watching this live or recorded, I want you to write yes, you get this below when I say it. Our number one priority every day is to generate new appointments to get new customers. Okay, so it's set appointments. Set 5, go on 3, sign 1 minimum. Okay, if you focus on that every day and you have a plan through Smart Day and Smart Week, there is no reason why you will not be going on 3 appointments every single week, signing 1 new customer and closing 52 deals a year. And my guess is most of you watching this are not quite up to 52 transactions yet. Would you be okay with that? So write yes in the comments below if you get that your priority number one every day is to schedule appointments to get new customers, okay? So I'll give you a brief outline of how I schedule my day. Leo, you're a man. I love that you're part of the Fearless Agent Nation. He says, yes, sir, set 2 this morning. He set 2 appointments this morning, okay? That should be the focus every day. That must be the focus every day, okay? So my day looks like this. Currently, I'm getting out of bed at 4:30 a.m., and I'm spending from 4:30 to 7 a.m. working on myself spiritually, mentally, socially, and I'm looking at physically, right? I'm making my green drinks. I have probably 15 to 20 minutes of prayer and 20 to 30 minutes of meditation every single day. I mean, literally 45 minutes of my day to start out is focused on connecting to that source energy. Call it God, call it Buddha, call it whatever, it doesn't matter, but I think we can all agree that we feel better when we connect to that energy, when we're focused on gratitude and love, and we get crystal clear on our day. Okay, I'm reading books. Currently, I'm reading the book. What is that? It's Robert Kiyosaki, Investor's Guide or Guide to Investing. One of his 3rd books in the Rich Dad series, something like that. Right? Great question. I go to bed 9:30, 10 o'clock, and before I go to bed, I'm doing prayer and I'm doing reading and I'm hanging out with my wife, talking to her about goals and what we're focused on. Okay, so great question. About 9:30, 10 p.m. After that, if you're staying up too late, you're going to be too tired to wake up at 4:30 in the morning. Okay. So, and honestly, how I have to do my 4:30 alarm right now, because I just recommitted to 4:30. I've been doing 5:15, recommitted to 4:30. I have an alarm set at 4:30, 4:32, 4:34, and 4:36, and that way it keeps beeping and buzzing and get me out of my bed, because I'm not really like, not every day that I want to get out of bed, but I know it's when I don't want to do something that if I do it, that's where the real success is grown. Okay, so my first part of my day before I even get to the office is get focused on what I want to create with my life and my business and my health and my happiness and my relationships. Okay, part 2, 7:30, I usually have either a coaching call with one of my coaches, business coach, real estate coach, mentors, or I actually have a coaching call with someone on my team. I'm coaching and training someone on my team. Okay, so that would be a great time for you to put in your schedule your skill set practice and then honing in your skills. By 8 to 8:15, we've got a standard that by 8:15, we will all be on the phones prospecting. From 8:15 to 11:30 a.m., it's all outbound calls. Now I get, if you're like me, you're a human being, you get distractions, you get phone calls, you get text messages. So we hold everyone accountable in our organization. When we see someone breaking that standard, we call them out on it. We say, hey dude, is it 11:30 yet? Is that something that would be better handled after prospecting? So we focus on the one thing, what's that? Generating appointments, getting customers. So from 8:15 to 11:30 is for me and my time is to generate 2 people for number 1 is leads and appointments for buyers and sellers, and number 2 is other talented individuals that I can continue to grow with in business to leverage out other aspects of the business so that we can help their career grow, help our business grow. Okay, so that's my part 2. 11:30 to about probably 12:30 is what we call admin time. So every day at 11:30, I have scheduled to do a live stream right here, because you guys know, as me being one of the partners of Fearless Agent, my role is social media. That's what my role is to broadcast, to help you guys, either if you're part of the Fearless Agent Nation, to continue to grow with it, or if you're not, to expose you to it and invite you to learn more about it by going to fearlessagent.com. Okay, so that's why I do this as part of my administrative kind of role with Fearless Agent. 12 o'clock, I'm checking in with my staff and my admin and my team, and we're finding out, gauging ourselves, how we performed at doing that number 1 priority in the morning, and how can we recreate a focus for the afternoons to go crush it in the afternoon. So we have a check-in at noon every day. For me, for my lunch and my errands, you should take midday to do lunch and errands. Okay, so 12:30 for me, I go to the gym. And I don't have it with me because it's in my fridge, but as I drink my green drink, okay, so I get massive energy and health, but I also bring a salad. I don't hardly ever go out to lunch. Very rarely will you see me go out to lunch with anyone, okay? If someone wants to meet with me, it's never a lunch meeting, because I've got an appointment at the gym at 12:30. However, at 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock, you can schedule 20 minutes with me if you're a lender, or if you're one of my affiliates, title person, something like that. That's when I schedule my meetings. So the afternoons, 3 p.m. and 5 p.m., that's when I schedule to meet with buyers, sellers, new recruits, and any appointment that requires a one-on-one meeting. It's 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock, okay? And if I don't have a 3 o'clock and a 5 o'clock, if I was full-time sales and wasn't building multiple businesses, I would reserve that time for buyers, sellers, or prospecting. Okay, so that's what I would recommend to you guys. If you're at the point where you're building multiple businesses, then you can schedule out stuff to do, like for example, at 4 o'clock, I'm working on a new project called the Financial Freedom Nation, where I'm sharing with people a course on how to financially manage their cash flow, right? So that they can begin to invest further on in their investments and create that financial freedom, right? So that's one of my things this afternoon at 4 p.m. that I've got scheduled today. It's right here, right? You can even see right here, FA Live. I'm right here. I've already finished my leads in and old colds. I needed, or follow-ups. I got to check that off. Fearless Agent Live right now. Next will be my gym after that, okay? These are important calls that I need to follow up with. I need to follow up with the Weber State Sales Department. I need to follow up with Kit, who called me this morning. I have meetings set up at 3 o'clock and 3:30. One is with my sales funnel guy, my online sales funnel guy. 3:30 is with an interview with a new recruit, right? So I get really crystal clear on what my day is, and other things I launch out, okay? To where by the end of the day, 5 o'clock, I know that's on my schedule. If I showed you my schedule, I have my smart day scheduled. Review my day. Anything I didn't get to, I put it on tomorrow's to-do list and I schedule it out. I literally schedule it out. And my day tomorrow is really booked already. I've looked at it. So sometimes priorities will get pushed 2 days out, okay? But these are other priorities that are less important than generating customers. For me, I have two really important everyday priorities. Number one is generate new customer appointments for my agents and for our business, and number two is generate talented recruits to meet with. I want to meet with 3 recruits every day. That's my goal, is to recruit, have 3 recruiting appointments set every single week, so that I can be doing those interviews to bring other Jeremys into our organization, to bring other Garretts into working with us, and to continue to leverage our business out. Then at the end of the day is when I have time with my family. Okay, and I will admit this is when I struggle the most. Is I know I have time scheduled with them, but I typically suck at scheduling what we're going to do. Okay, so Smart Day for me is a great time to say, hey, I'm going to be home at 5:30, 5:45. What am I going to do? Depending on what day of the week, it might be go to Harper's Dance. It might be like, we love to play left, center, right. Last week, Harper and Lennon both had a birthday, so Harper's got a couple of games. So this week I'll be scheduling when I'll put it on there. Say, hey, when we get home tonight and I'm playing with the girls, we're gonna play the Yeti in my spaghetti, right? Like, that's how clear I get when going home. And I would love to say I'm an expert on this, but I'm not. It's probably my weakest point, and so I make it a conscious effort when I do my Smart Day to also include my family and what things we're going to do. Okay. One of the things that my mastermind partner, Al Torrey, just shared with me to do is every Sunday, he has basically a smart week with his wife. Okay, so that's something I recently started as well. So every Sunday, we spend 30 minutes talking about our personal goals and goals as our family, right? So those usually revolve around health conversations, because that's really important to me and my wife, and that typically involves with, okay, what's our next major travel place we want to go, right? We're going to Oregon here in July to go stay at a beach house there, right? So those are some things that we talk about. We talk about our next events coming up. I've got an NLP mastery course in June. My wife has it's called Solstice Retreat. It's a 3-day women's retreat, right? So we're always talking on Sundays now, what are we doing to level up and grow and help each other be accountable, right? So I wanted to share with you an outline of how you got clear with your day, on how you can get clear with your business, with your life, with your health, with relationships, by following these 2 most important points, which is called Smart Week and Smart Day. You learn more in depth about these on the Monday coaching calls with Bob, and we just had one a couple minutes ago, maybe an hour or so ago. If you are a part of the Fearless Agent Nation, thank you so much. We love you guys, because if it weren't for you guys, we wouldn't be able to live our goals, our dreams, which mine is very simple: create massive value for the community I grew up in, which is real estate community. And really, to be able to work with Bob so closely in Fearless Agent is awesome. I remember, if it weren't for him, he was the first guy that believed in me as I got into real estate, and I wouldn't be into business, and any business at all, if it weren't for him. I would have quit. I would have got a 9-to-5 job being miserable. So if you're not already a part of Fearless Agent, go join. Okay, go join. And I can promise you this, because please do not share this with Bob, because he gets mad at me when I share inside information, but I can't hold it in sometimes. So currently, Fearless Agent's averaging just over 2 new customers per day. And I know I've been talking about price going up for a while now. And so here's the standard of how price goes up is the moment that we're averaging for 30 days over 2 new customers per day joining Fearless Agent is the time it's going to go up. Okay, so it's going to go up to either, and I'm not for certain, I'm pushing for a much higher price because I think that Bob is giving away Fearless Agent coaching for such a free, like an underpriced, you know what I mean? It's such a great value, if you get what I'm saying. So it'll either go up to $14.97 or $19.97 just to join, and then the monthly fee will go up to roughly $197 a month. Now, no, rest assured, if you're already in the Fearless Agent monthly coaching, your fees will not go up. In fact, you'll lock in that $97 a month for life as long as you stay active as a member. So if you, for whatever reason, need to get back on that Monday call, reach out to me. Let me help you get set back up for the $97 a month so you make sure to lock in that lower price. If you are on the fence and if you've not already signed up, go sign up today. Go sign up today, or otherwise you will have to pay the higher price when it goes up. And if you have not yet really got to know Fearless Agent, reach out to me and I'll help you get a 1-hour complimentary coaching call with Bob signed up to make sure that if Fearless Agent's a fit, we help you get started. If it's not a fit, we'll let you know, but we'll help you get going in that right direction. Thanks for being here. Do me one more favor. Comment if this brought any value to you. Please write yes, this helped me out. If the Smart Week conversation, your priority conversation helped you in any way, I really would like to get the feedback from you guys to make sure that I'm doing my part with Fearless Agent and delivering massive value for you inside of this Fearless Agent group. Also want to give you heads up. Starting, I believe, May 26th. Nope, I got my wrong calendar here. May 25th. Okay, nope, 26th, I was right. May 26th, okay, we're launching the Fearless Agent podcast. It's gonna be me and Doreen, okay, and we're gonna be launching it right here in the Fearless Agent Facebook group. It's going to be on Fridays, okay, at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. That's going to be 1 p.m. Eastern. So our goal is to do every Friday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, me and Doreen have a Fearless Agent podcast Q&A where right here you guys can ask your questions on the thread. And our goal is, assuming we figure out the technology, is to then upload it to iTunes, Stitcher. It'll be on our YouTube channel as well. So I'm really excited about that. So make sure you prepare for that starting on May 26th. Bring your questions. We're going to have live Q&As as part of the podcast. Hope to see you there.
Yeah, dude, I grew up knowing one thing about money, and that was there wasn't enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's all.
We couldn't afford it.
Couldn't afford it.
We're going to JB's restaurant because I won my free meal in school.
Yep. Well, and what's interesting, one of the limiting beliefs I realized I had was a limiting belief of this or that. Like, so